Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Cliff, your group's done a great job all year of taking care of the basketball, but how imperative is it to stick to that with the way that they're turning people over and their deflection numbers?
It'd be one of the biggest keys in the game. They're first in deflections, I think maybe third in steals, third in block shots, first in points off turnovers. So I think the decision making going to the basket with both Drummond and McGee, and then taking care of the ball so that that I think it fuels their fast break. They're also top 10 in fast break points, and all that stuff works together.
Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Steve, how do your players take away the lob game for Drummond?
Well, I mean, it's going to be, the hard part is that their ball handlers that are throwing those lobs are so aggressive too. And so it's going to be, it's got to be a team effort. That's one of the things we worked on this morning. It starts in transition where, we've been good to this point, except for the Philadelphia game, but you've got to get your defense set. So all those early pick and rolls where, again, both he and McGee, they just sprint to the rim. And if you don't have guys there, they're going to throw it up. And it's not like a backpedaling defender's going to be able to jump up and tip it away.
Angel Gray.
Hello, Coach. Happy New Year. Angel Gray, Fox Sports, Ohio. Coach, you were alluding to the bigs for the Cavs, but as far as what you were planning for in shoot around, you said their ball handlers are aggressive. If you can speak to what you've seen in Darius as well as Colin as the season has progressed, especially considering the growth from last year.
Yeah, I mean, we played them all early last year. I think we played them 4 times before the bubble, and you could see how much work each of them has put into the game. I think with their pick and roll games, their confidence on the floor, but I think also they're learning how to play with each other, which is a big part of it too. So, they're using, obviously, Garland is handling more, Sexton's playing more off the ball. But you can tell that they're gaining a great comfort level and being out there together and playing off each other.
Alex Fleming.
How you doing, Coach?
Good.
All right. Someone mentioned earlier about McGee and Drummond. I want to bring in Nance as well. They're big down low, and their point production in the paint has been good so far in the season. How do you plan to counterbalance their length and size down low?
Well, for sure it's a problem. And I also think Larry Nance is playing at a higher level than I've ever seen him before. He's made good progress every year he's been in the league, but he's high IQ. He's a terrific defender. I think he's shooting the ball much more confidently. And he too creates a lot of action for them at the offensive end of the floor. And in terms of the paint points for them, like we do against all the bigger teams, we start more by trying not to let the ball get in there to start. And so we do more fronting, with teams that post the ball. I think they're third right now in posts per possession in the league. And we'll try to get those catches out, because once you get them off the lane, then you can do things with double teams or faking a double team. Or if they catch it deep with particularly Drummond, he's going to score.
Thank you, Coach.
Spencer Davies.
Spencer Davies, basketballnews.com. Coach, we were talking to Gary Clark earlier, and he's really stepped up for you guys, especially with the depth need here. But I was just curious, over the last year and even as recent as in the bubble, what did he do to earn your trust and to really step up for the team when they needed him?
Well, I think it starts with the 2 things, his range shooting. And then I think also he too, he was a defensive player of the year in his conference in college. So he has a mindset on that end of the floor. So he can roll coverages, he'll make multiple efforts on possessions. He knows where he's supposed to be. And those would be the two things. And then as a coach, we function when he's out there. He knows where he's supposed to be. He knows what we're doing at both ends of the floor. And with a 24-second shot clock, that's a big part of it.
Nicole Zarina.
Hi, Coach. Hi. After these first games, what is your balance with the team and the key point to continue the winner road in the season?
I think that, the thing that, if you look at it so far, our defense has been consistent, not where we needed to be, but close. And, we had played 4 pretty good offensive games and we've struggled in these last 2. And it's the same thing. It gets back to penetration. The ball isn't hitting the paint at nearly the same level that it did, the first 4 games. We're not as much inside out. So, I know our shooting numbers, everybody talks about shooting, but it all starts with penetration, and that determines to a certain degree what type of shots you're getting. These guys right now are 5th in defense. They're playing very, very well. We've got to get them moving around, get their size out of the paint, and hopefully open up some driving lanes so we can get the ball in the paint and going toward the basket more.
Aaron Goldstone, Orlando Pinstripe Post.
Hey, Coach. Thank you. You've talked to us in the past about your relationship, your friendship with Ron Rivera. I know you've leaned on him in the past for perspective on different things and coaching. I didn't know if I was curious, have you had a chance to reach out to Coach Rivera? His team won the division and clinched a playoff berth last night. If you had a chance to reach out to Coach Rivera.
We did. We communicated this morning and, we have a good friendship. He's a great coach and a tremendous human being. So we text regularly. During the season we don't talk that much. We did communicate this morning, and obviously, it's a tough first round matchup for them, but they've had a phenomenal season after a tough start, and his teams always get better and better. I got close to him actually going over and watching their practices a lot when I was in Charlotte, and they run a very fundamental, disciplined program, and I think that's the big part of why their teams get better year after year, regardless of where he's coaching.
Dan Savage.
Cliff, how's Evan looking, and any update on how he's doing?
Yeah, he won't be able to play tonight. He wasn't able to do anything this morning. And I think he feels like he's getting better, feeling better. But, he's not close. Him, if he could be out there, he would. And he's still, he's a little bit away.
Any final questions for Coach? Okay, thanks, Coach.